Hey, so this is gonna be the intro for, not the intro, but the introduction for a new series of garages, people who constantly work on cars. Um, my name is James. This is gonna be now known as Sinister's Garage. Um, so, what are we working with today? Uh, Back at the beginning of this year, I bought a 2006 Chevy Tahoe LT. Um, Beautiful vehicle. I got it for a steal. Uh, Literally, I got it for one hell of a deal. The dude wanted $3,900 for it. I paid $28. Mostly because it has high miles on it. It has a little over 200,000 miles on it. And on top of that, it did have these Nerf bars. These on my truck, but kind of see the rust right there. They've since been taken off and put my Tahoe and put in here. This is the Tahoe in question. A little over 200,000 miles on it. I bought this to be my 16 or soon to be 16-year-old son's car. 15, should be getting his permit soon. Since I've moved so much, I have lost his birth certificate and a social security card, so I gotta get those. So it does have on it. The dude was cool. He disclosed everything that was wrong with it. So far the only thing I've had to put into it is new wiper blades, and last week I started doing new plugs on it because, well, it's always nice to do new plugs. So doing new plugs, I also had to change some of the, I pulled one of the spark plug ignition, the ignition coil wires out, spark plug wire, and a little metal piece came out and attached to the spark plug. So I had to go get new plug wires for it. Other than that, it runs fine. The AC works phenomenal. My wife actually drives this usually drives it back and forth to work. I drive it back and forth to work. Sunroof fully functioning. Like I said, perfect vehicle for a young kid who's gonna be driving, and it's got, of course, Tahoes are synonymous for having DVD players, Tahoes and Suburbans. So it does have some issues that I need to address. Mostly this whining sound like this. But right now we're pulling it up here into my driveway. You guys don't mind, like, if I flash the camera around, don't mind the mess in my carport. As I do have a normal job. I work graveyard shifts, so I'm wanting to try to do this to see if I can make any kind of money, what I can do. So plans for this Tahoe are, we're gonna put a lift on it. We're gonna do a 6-inch lift. We're try to run at least 36 or 37s. We want to try bigger tires. As I do want to eventually I'm gonna kind of do the same thing to my truck. My truck is an 06 Lincoln Mark LT, and I do want to take and do a Raptor conversion on it. Like the whole 6.2 liter engine swap transmission. I've already got the rear end and everything that is usually on a Ford Raptor. Then we're gonna do the front fenders, do a bed, rip the interior out, put a Raptor interior in. No badges. I'm gonna be completely badgeless on that. The Chevy is gonna kind of be the focal point of what I want to do. And then on top of that, I have a 77 Firebird Skybird edition. It's a sky blue, beautiful car. that my mother-in-law gave to my wife and I, and it's out at the shop. It's a rundown shop. It's on their property, and I just use it as my base for when I have shit that I need to get done. I know to do this, I'm gonna have to watch my language a lot and stuff like that, especially if I want to continue with trying a career in YouTube. I love my job and everything, so I really want to hope I can get somewhere with this. I see a lot of other car guys doing similar things. So this is kind of like an introduction video to the channel, what I hope to bring to it, and hope to give ideas to inspire other guys to kind of do the same thing. So for me, I love big 4x4s. I love going mudding and everything. So what I do to this and my truck, I'm eventually going to, like I got 3 kids, and my other 2 kids, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna buy them vehicles, whatever they want, within reason. Like, you know, just so happens that this vehicle, happened to find it on a lark, and was like, hey, you know, what can we get for it? Well, we're gonna give. We offered the guy $3,000. He had already knocked $900 off the original asking price. Not a big deal, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a big deal. Well, then he stepped on the rail on that side, and it broke. So he was like, "I'll take $200 off that." So, you know, $2,800 for this vehicle, not bad. So what it has on the dash? So this right here, service, tire monitor, and then there's another one for the service the airbag. We got check engine light, which I did run a diagnostic on that, and that right there shows that it is an O2 sensor. The airbag light on is due to that. Some other lights that have come on haven't really concerned me because, you know, I'm addressing those issues. But other than that, I mean, it runs great. I would show you the rest of the interior, but I haven't finished. I gotta clean it out. Oh, screw it. I'll give a small thing here. So, tan interior. And it does not have a third row seat. So, third row seat in here. Which kind of does suck. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it does really suck, because if I go somewhere and I gotta take multiple people with, like, a bunch of people with me, like more than what my back seat can handle. My oldest son, he's about my height. I'm like 6'3", 6'3 and a half. So he's about my height. And he has to sit in the way back, which he doesn't mind. He loves it. He's like, I ain't gotta wear a seatbelt. I'm back here just chilling, enjoying the time of my life. You know, so let's get the windows rolled down in here. So the one thing I've always loved about Chevys is this is an 06, okay, and it has just literally stereo in it. But you go through the bands here, and you got XM radio. Does not have Bluetooth, which is what this transistor here is for. Hook your Bluetooth through it, and it Bluetooths your phone to it. And then we got, like, this here opens, and like I said, it doesn't have, I mean, it came with, like, the dude threw in, like, these really cool mats. That's what I'm gonna clean it out for, so I can install these. Oil filter, the rest of the spark plugs and stuff are in there. So we're gonna get at it and get that going. This has a 5.3 liter V8. AC works on this thing very, very phenomenally. I was actually really shocked. And it also has, this has, like I said, but it has the 5.3 Vortec V8. So, and then another thing is I don't know if you can see it, but right here, there's a crack in my radiator. Yeah. So like, yeah. So other projects I got coming up, I've got here that I'm gonna be ripping apart and rebuilding. Sorry, my carport is a mess. Like I said, I work graveyard, and a lot of times my kids clean the yard and clean stuff up, and then just throw stuff back here. Out that fog light because I went out to a local park here out in the country, way out there, and I accidentally hit a big boulder and messed that fog light up. So I have no fog light there, but I have one on this side. I did have two, which I got some that are under the hood of my pickup truck over here. That's the Lincoln. This is going to be what's going to be the new Raptor. Did have a light bar right here, but somebody stole this right here. I got two sets of fog lights under here. So one here, one right here, and then another set over there in the same spot. It's been a little difficult to be able to do a lot of work here because a buddy of mine lives on the street and he's been getting harassed by people for working on his ride in the yard. So here I am hoping I don't get shit for working on my vehicles out here, because I mean, if I wanted to, I have a shop. I could take my vehicles out to the shop and work out there. It's got two bays. One is closed, and that's where our Firebird is. And the other one is just, So, if anybody ever at any point, has anything they want to see, pretty much every job that I do on my vehicles will be posted on the channel. So, I'm gonna wide body this, give it pre-runner, front fenders, and do the same floor back here, just because I want it to be a bit wider than what it is now. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they actually have ones that just you can kind of stick back there, and you don't have to worry about doing any cutting and molding of fiberglass and stuff. So, this, I'm gonna get a 6-inch lift to put on this, just because it's gonna be, so eventually with this and my truck, I want to lift it enough to where me and my son can go to Moab, Utah and drive the trails out there. No, I don't live in Utah. I live close to Utah. I don't live in Utah. We are located in Oregon. So a lot of my videos, especially if it's in the winter, you'll see me probably out here just like this, because we don't get, a lot of cold winters here. I think last year was probably one of the coldest winters we've had in a little bit. But yeah. So, anytime you guys want something new or give me, or if any of you car guys out there have any ideas, any good ideas you want to give me, so I can probably try to shoot something and put it on the channel, cool. I'm just scared that once I get this done, I'm not going to want to give it to my son, and I'm going to try to find another project vehicle for him and I to do together. So usually I have a few more hands out here to give me a helping hand with doing stuff, but today it's going to be me. I just got some simple things I got to do, like I said, oil change and stuff like that. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to do. This has a skid plate on it, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into doing the spark plugs. So I've already done 3 on the passenger side. I still got to do 1 back over here with a new wire. It's just been a pain in the ass to get to because where it's located. The ones on the driver's side, a lot more easier to get to. The only thing I really worry about is going down here where the steering arm comes through. The knuckle for it is down there, of course, or right there. So getting to that back one is going to be a little challenging. But I did find I can actually go underneath and get them from underneath via like right there if I need to. So he's gonna get cammed, bigger injectors, new pistons, floating connecting rods, bolt studs. It's gonna get the works. By the time I'm done with that, it's gonna give it probably between 400 to 500 horsepower. I do want to put a supercharger on it, but if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna keep it for myself. I'm not gonna give it to a young kid to be driving around. So the other vehicle I'm gonna be doing work on too is my 2014 Ford Explorer. What can I say about that other than it has been a nightmare? It has since gone out of timing. I gotta do a whole new timing. I got the timing kit and everything. Water pump, change the water pump on it, because that was the biggest issue. It was leaking coolant like no tomorrow. So took it into a shop, and they wanted to gouge us after taxes. It was like $5,200 to fix it, and I'm like, bro. They're like, well, it's $1,000 alone in parts. I was like, no, it's not. Well, we went and got them straight from Ford. I don't care. You can go to Napa. You can go to O'Reilly's, AutoZone, CarQuest, any of these car parts stores. We got another local one around here that's legit for just pretty much around here. Oh, there's my buddy James. It's legit only for like this area, and it's called Kilmer's. It's a family-owned ran business, and I usually go out there and usually tend to get a good few parts out of them if I need something. Been able to find parts cheaper there than I have O'Reilly's or AutoZone. No, this is not me plugging their business. I do enjoy going out there, and the guys out there are phenomenal to talk to. They're awesome. So let's get into this. We're gonna get started on this. I wish my wife would let me cut the exhaust off this, but she says no. I might make an exception and actually do it today, and just to piss her off. So every time you cut the exhaust off a vehicle, something happens to it. What's gonna happen to this one that already, So first things first, before we get more into under the hood stuff, is back here. So we'll move this seat all the way forward, because this is where, like, I was watching videos, because I'm not like, like I don't really like working on these newer style vehicles. Like I'm so used to working on the older vehicles. So this one here says bring the seat forward. And oh look, it looks like we had wires at one point. Alright, so oh look. Okay, so So John, so this is what it showed me. It's like, look at the wires here. As you can see, this wire here is this orange one. Focus. This orange one is kind of receding out of the holder out there. So new wire harness might come in handy, splicing new wires and everything, and should be good as dandy. That should fix the issue with the lights. I do have to let it cool down so I can do the oil change. I'm not about to get scalding by some hot ass oil. And that being said, let's dive into this. I want to go grab some tools. Alright, well, I gotta grab my keys. So, what minute? So don't judge me on this. Like we moved in. I really haven't had time to organize. We lived here for a little over a year now. I just have not been able to get in here to organize stuff. So here we got my sawzall. I got a jigsaw. Bunch of tools. Yes, I don't take care of my fucking tools. I just kind of throw stuff because, hey, at the end of the day, I just want to, I get the job done. I just want to go in and relax with my family. But it's organized enough to where I know where things are that I'm looking for. So I don't get as worried or concerned as some people think I should. But that's just me. Not saying that's like everybody. That's just mostly me. If we get this done and everything before the wife gets home, I might just cut the exhaust off this just because I hate how quiet it is. It's way too quiet for me. I don't like quiet vehicles. I like them loud and obnoxious. So with this, don't be alarmed. At times you can't see me or anything. mostly just because, well, ouch. Thank you. I am one person that I don't mind when I get my hands dirty. Just because it's fun. It's good. Ow, fucking stress reliever. You don't burn yourself on the engine. So I was gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Seriously, show me some love. I'm gonna be new to making this kind of content. Before I do rants or storms when I lived in Michigan. Now my whole idea is doing cars. Maybe if we can get enough likes and enough subscriptions to this channel, we will do one where when I get the Firebird up and running, take it to the drag strip, or get another car and run that to the drag strip. Until then, Sinister's Garage is out. Take it easy. Have a blessed day.